Alright guys, welcome back to a brand new PTCGO video, and today guys, we're going to be looking at a Raichu Golbat deck. This is a deck that has been seeing some good amount of play. I know it performed well, I forget where, but people, were like covering this deck because it did well at a tournament, and you know what, we're going to try it out today on PTCGO. Now also, in the background, I added in the music from the Pokemon game. The reason I don't do the music, anymore, like I used to have music that I used in my videos. I don't do that because the video editing stuff I use, it would literally like crash when I added all the music, and it just got really annoying, and I just didn't want to go through that anymore. So I'm just going to use PTCGO music in the background. I think that'll be perfect enough. So yeah, anyways, get into the deck. Raichu Golbat is very interesting. It's also a very good budget deck if you're new to the game and you can't really afford many things. You can maybe do this. You do need 3 Shaymin-EXs, which might set you back, but you can always maybe run Artillery, I don't know. But this is a very good rogue deck, I guess you can call it. More than a budget deck, it's a rogue deck. So Raichu, it's got the attack Circle Circuit, 20 damage times the number of your bench Pokemon. This is a very good attack. And you can do 100 damage with a normal bench, but with the Stadium card Sky Field, allows you to have 8 bench Pokemon, well, boom, you can do Circle Circuit for 160. Sadly, Muscle Band rotated out of the format, which I really wish Muscle Band stayed in the format, because I do think that's a great card to kind of balance out the popularity of Fighting Fury Belt, since Fighting Fury Belt is really the only good tool card other than Bursting Balloon. So I really wish that they kept Muscle Band in the format. I think it was really needed. But sadly, Muscle Band is no longer in the format, so Circle Circuit only does 160, which doesn't even knock out an EX Pokemon most of the time. But with Golbat, well, when you play Golbat down, you can do 20 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon, and that does 20 to an EX, so boom, Circle Circuit with Golbat does 180 damage and knocks out EXs. Now, Fighting Fury Belt is a bit of a problem, and other things like Bursting Balloon can be a problem, so we got Banette for that. Banette has the ability Tool Concealment. Each Pokemon tool card at play has no effect. This is a very cool ability, since we don't run any tools in this deck, because again, Raichu lost Muscle Band, that was the only good tool. Bursting Balloon is pretty useless. So with Tool Concealment, each Pokemon tool card in play has no effect. This will shut down Spirit Links, but it will shut down Fighting Fury Belts, which basically Fighting Fury Belts make it harder for us to one-shot stuff. So with Tool Concealment, boom, there you go. Those Fighting Fury Belts are gone. Also, again, it'll shut down stuff like Spirit Links, which can come in handy. And basically, this is the deck. Again, we just want to fill up our bench with Pokemon, and then we use Circle Circuit and knock out all of the X's. And also, Raichu is a lightning type, and with Yveltal EX's popularity right now, Circle Circuit is actually pretty good. You don't even need a full bench if you're playing against an Yveltal based deck. You can just boom, fill your bench up with the 5 Pokemon. You don't need Sky Field, and you can just Circle Circuit, knock those things out, since Yveltal is very popular right now, so Raichu has a nice little bonus there. We also play a Mew-EX. This is really nice, since Mew can use Versatile, which can copy Circle Circuit, but also Mew-EX does hit for weakness on Mewtwo-Y, which is very important, since Mewtwo-Y is a huge Pokemon in the format right now. Mew-EX will allow you to one-shot those Mewtwo-Y EXs. Also, it's just nice to use Circle Circuit without having to sacrifice a Raichu. You're just using a Mew-EX, so you can keep your Raichus. Also, it has that nice benefit of hitting things for weaknesses. We do run 3 Shaymins, since, Shaymin is good for the speed, and the thing with Raichu is you do want to fill up your bench quickly, and Shaymin will help you do that. So we got 3 of those. 4 Zubats. Sadly, Free Flight is gone, but we do run the 4 Zubats and the 4 Golbats. Crobat rotated out, which is also a bit of a bummer, since it would help us in those Mega EX matchups, but we can still use Sneaky Bite, which, gets the job done. So those are all the Pokemon. Also, I guess I went with this Pikachu. This is my favorite Pikachu, just because it has Nuzzle, and even Quick Attack can come in handy. You can maybe knock something with Quick Attack. Also, it has a cool artwork, so I just like this XY Pikachu a lot more. Going into the items, we got 1 Escape Rope. We don't run floats or anything, so Escape Rope is really only a switching card, but it acts as Lysandre too. 4 Level Balls. Basically everything in this deck has under 90 HP or less, except for the Shaymin and the Mew. And Level Ball is just perfect to just grab a Raichu. You don't have to discard anything like Ultra Ball. You can just grab a, boom, 90 HP Pokemon or less. Boom, get into play. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. 4 of those, Negan reference right there. 2 Special Charge I saw a lot of lists play one special charge. I like having two, just because, you never know when you might accidentally discard a special charge off a Sycamore or an Ultra Ball when you don't want to, but you have to do it. So two, I think, is better, since, again, we're only relying on 4 DCEs, and you never know when 2 special charge comes in handy. So we got 2 of those. 1 Super Rod. A lot of lists played 2 Super Rods. We're going with 1, but Super Rod is not really that useful because we don't play any basic energies, which halves it in half. And again, getting Pokemon back, only 3, not really a big deal. Sacred Ash, if it was in the format, it'd be so much better. For Trainers Mail, there's a ton of important stuff in this deck, like Sky Fields, Level Balls, Ultra Balls, all that important stuff. For Ultra Balls, again, Ultra Balls is just such a good search card, and it's also good at getting those Shaymins. We don't really want a lot of supporters for draw support, so Ultra Ball for Shaymin is our best bet. For VS Seekers, there's a lot of important supporters in this deck. The first one is Karen, and this is what I decided to go with over 2 Super Rods. Karen just gets you all your Pokemon back, which just immediately gives you more Pokemon to work with other than Super Rod. So I went with Karen instead of 2 Super Rods. I'm still going to run 1 Super Rod. Karen can also help your opponent sometimes, so you got to watch out for that. 1 Lysandre. Lysandre is a great card. 2 might be actually a little better, so you got that. 2 and 4 Sycamores are draw support. We do run 1 Pokemon Ranger. This is extremely important against Giratina EX and Glaceon, but mostly Giratina. Since Giratina shuts down our double colorless energies and our Sky Fields, it'll be extremely hard to knock those things out. So Pokemon Ranger is our best bet. 2 could be a little better since Giratina really shuts this deck down. Obviously, we got those 4 Sycamores. We do run 1 Teammates. Teammates is pretty nice to have. Sling gets knocked out, search deck for up to 2 Pokemon, put them into your hand. This can be really good to get set up since everything in this deck is very fragile. For Sky Fields, this is our stadium so that we can have a full bench to do 160, and 4 DCs is our total energy count since we just need DC for Circle Circuit. So anyways, this is the Raichu Bats deck here on PTCGO, and we'll try it out and see the deck in action and see if it's any good. Alright, here we go, guys, with our first game with our Raichu Golbat deck, and hopefully you guys don't mind the music in the background. That is from the game, because, the reason I don't do music in my videos anymore, or why I quit doing that, is because it was very, very glitchy. Like, in my editing program, it would, I'd add the music and it would crash it, and it became a pain in the butt. So I took it out, but I think the PTCGO background music is perfectly fine. I don't know if I should make it louder or quieter. I don't know. We'll see. But it looks like we're playing against a Mega Gardevoir deck, which may already play Skyfield, so I don't know how to feel. We didn't really get that great of a hand, but luckily we did top deck that Ultra Ball, or else this hand would be pretty painful. So I think I'm just going to get rid of a Golbat and a Skyfield. We still need a Skyfield, obviously, for the attack, but I don't know if my opponent will run Skyfield or not. Skyfield, obviously, if he plays it, then there's that. Just looking through my deck, we do have the Banette, which is going to be really useful, so hopefully we can get a Banette out next turn. That would be really nice. So I think I could play the Skyfield down and give my opponent more Pokemon. Plus, it is a Gardevoir deck, and honestly, against a Raichu, it's not really going to matter much because it's already one-shotted with 110 damage, so I don't really think the Skyfield is going to be a big deal. But what is going to be a big deal is this hand. Not looking too good. We can play the Mew down, I guess. And we can hold off on that. Mew, I don't really want to play it down. Our hand is not that good. Really, the only thing in our discard pile is the Golbat. So Super Rod is pretty useless, so I think I'm just going to have to pass for now. I just have to hope my opponent plays like an N or something. And maybe, if he ends us, then we should be good. I don't know if he'll play it or not. We'll see, though. He puts a Fairy Energy onto his Xerneas. And we can probably just see a Geomancy, and my dog is barking. Oh my god, dude, she won't shut up. But we do see the Ultra Ball, getting rid of the Hex Maniac and the Mega Turbo. Now, Mega Gardevoir does have a lot of HP, so Golbat is going to be extremely important in this matchup. I really wish we were able to get a Shuppet in play, because we could have been able to completely shut down my opponent's Spirit Links, and that would have been really good for us. And sadly, that wasn't the case. Now, if my opponent ends me, that'd be really good. Maybe they won't get a Spirit Link down this turn or something. I don't know. I just really wish I got that Shuppet in play. Maybe Level Ball for Shuppet would have been a little better since I got that Ultra Ball, but Pikachu, I already had the Raichu in my hand, so my opponent probably is just going to keep getting set up here. And if he plays Skyfield, then maybe he could, draw into, Skyfields that he doesn't need. So maybe that could actually work in our favor, who knows. But he does play Gardevoir Spirit Link down. Now, the thing is Golbat is going to be really good here, since Gardevoir once we hit it with a Golbat and we get the total bench we need, we're going to be doing a lot of damage. So hopefully it happens. But no, my opponent plays Fairy Garden. That's a huge bummer. So it looks like he actually doesn't play... we actually discarded a lot of energy there, but it looks like he does not play Sky Field. He plays Fairy Garden. We are out of Sky Fields now. We're down to 2. And I just opened up something by accident. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. But the Geomancy does come play. My opponent discarded quite a bit of Fairy Energy, so you gotta wonder how many he plays. We do top deck a Trainers Mail, which is a good thing to see. And we'll see, we do get a Sycamore, which is good enough for me. And if we get Escape Rope here, we might be able to knock out something, maybe, I don't know. We'll play the Mew down, well, I guess we'll Super Rod. Getting Karen in my discard pile is good, since we will use Karen. My opponent might play Karen too, so you never know. We do have to get rid of our Banette, which is extremely frustrating. Okay, so there's a Pikachu. We can Trainers Mail, maybe we can find a Level Ball and get a Raichu, or a Zubat, sorry, in play, but nope, we do not find anything off of that Trainers Mail, which sucks. We could play the Shuppet down now, but my opponent already played his, played a bit of stuff down. He already has the Spirit Link in play, plus we already lost our Karen. I don't see me playing Karen anytime soon, so I think I'll just settle with a Pikachu for now. And next turn, we can get a Raichu, we can get another Raichu in play, we can Sycamore. Now, the thing is we kind of need to attack first. Now, one big problem here with Raichu is, one, you don't have Muscle Band, so you can't really do extra damage, so we're going to need to play a lot of Golbats onto that Mega Gardevoir to knock it out. So that's going to be very bad, but no, my opponent actually does Lysandre out the Mew instead, so maybe playing the Mew may not have been the greatest of ideas. You know, I just thought, hey, maybe playing extra Pokemon down would be good for the bench. Mew does get knocked out. Now, Gardevoir is weak to Metal and not Psychic, so Mew really isn't that good. So, sadly, we kind of just gave up a Mew, and that is a bummer. We do get an N top deck, which, you know what, I won't complain about that. We will N him to 6. I won't play the Shuppet down in case we get, like, a Zubat, but we do need to get a good hand off of this. And we don't really get anything that useful. We can play the Zubat down, I guess. You know, we could settle with a Circle Circuit for 100 damage. Maybe we could set up for a knockout next turn with a Golbat and another Circle Circuit, so maybe we could do that. Hopefully we can. My opponent has, you know, not a lot of HP left on his Gardevoir for another Circle Circuit. We could probably knock him out, we'll see. But we see Max Elixir. How many energies does my opponent play? He's played so many. You know, you don't really expect these Mega Gardevoir decks to play that many energy, but looks like he does. And it looks like it's a Mega Gardevoir Xerneas Break deck from the looks of it. Xerneas Break could be a problem if it does one-shot us, and it's only giving up 1 prize. And my opponent does another Lysandre, so we can end him to 2. And it's not the end of the world. You know, my opponent really only needs to take 1 more prize after this, or 2 more prizes, so that is bad. But we can end him down to 2 cards. And unfortunately, my opponent was able to get all that stuff going. If we got a slow start with the deck here, unfortunately, especially since we weren't able to get out the Banette. So we can play Raichu, we can mention another Zubat, we can VS Seeker for N again, I guess. We can end him to 2, and if we get a Golbat here, we can knock out his Gardevoir, and maybe we can be in a good spot. Alright, we do get the Golbat. We get double Golbat, which is good to see. So, look at my discard pile, so I think we're fine. Put a DC on that. We can play Golbat down, and we will be able to knock out his Mega Gardevoir with Raichu. Took a while, you know, we had to use 2 Raichus to knock out 1 Gardevoir, but you know what, it puts us in a spot where we at least knocked out, and we can take our 2 prizes. We got a Level Ball and a VS Seeker. It's going to be hard to win at this point, because we're down like 2 prizes, we're down a lot of prizes. My opponent might be able to get a strong start. The Xerneas breaks are pretty scary, but we just see a Link Blast knock me out, which is bad. This is pretty bad. I don't really know how we can win. The best we can do is play another DC on our Raichu. So, we can do the Golbat. We could Level Ball, and I guess we could grab Golbat or Zubat. And the thing is I really want to end him to 1, but we need to go and get the Sky Field. And he only has 2 cards in his hand, so I'm feeling okay about it. The only way we can win is, or not win, but get out of this situation, if we find a Sky Field. But we don't, all we have is Escape Rope, which really doesn't help us at all. We didn't even get a Trainers Mail for Sky Field. We're going to have to play a DCE on our Raichu, which is the craziest thing I've ever had to do. But it prevents us from getting knocked out from Link Blast. That's like literally the only thing I can do right now. I mean, we could Escape Rope, but we aren't knocking anything out on the bench, and we don't have Sky Field in play. 2 are in my discard, and we can't do much else. I guess what we can do is we can Level Ball, and we can grab a Golbat then for next turn. Maybe we can top deck Sky Field here for lucky. So we grab Golbat, I guess, and you know, I could waste the other Level Ball, but we can hold on to that. I could play Special Charge, but I don't see a point doing it, so we're just gonna have to go with the Circle Circuit here for 100. Hope he doesn't have anything, because if he does, we basically lost the game. And, I mean, the Xerneas break, luckily, he's only doing 80 at most if he finds one more energy. If we had an N, that'd be good too. We could maybe N him down to 1 and try and make a comeback. We see the Gardevoir Spirit Link. If he has my Gardevoir, then it is over, and no! Oh, no, it's over. Damn it, dude. Sadly, we do lose our first game. Bit of a rough game, especially because we couldn't find our Sky Fields, but I guess that's what you're going to get sometimes with this Raichu deck, but I'll see you guys in another match with the deck. Alright guys, here we go, second game with our Raichu deck. We're going to go with Tails here on the coin flip, and we win it, because that is good, because again, Raichu, stage 1 deck, kind of good to have that, so looks like we're playing against a Greninja deck, which is going to be interesting, but unfortunately our hand is not too good. I'm going to start with Zubat, just so we don't have to lose a Pikachu. Now, Greninja might play Bursting Balloon, which I might be favoring the Banette here, but with low HP of Pokemon, Greninja Break could be a problem, so I don't know how it's going to go. Our hand is pretty bad, though, I'm not going to lie. We have nothing really to work with. Never mind, we top deck an N. We can end him. No point playing Sky Field. We can hold on to those for when we need them. Alright, this is a little bit of a better hand, so I think what I'll do is we will play... Okay, we'll do a Level Ball, and we should get a second Pikachu in play for sure. Okay, now I'm probably gonna have to discard a Golbat here and grab a Shaymin, so I'll do that. Let's go with the Trainers Mail, see what is here. We do find via Seeker, so I think we'll grab that, and we'll put the DCE onto Pikachu, and I think for now we'll just go with the Level Ball. We'll grab Banette. I like having the Banette in play, you know. It'll be good to get Shuppet in play, block off Bursting Balloons, because that could be a problem with Giant Water Shuriken. So we'll just go with the Ultra Ball. We'll get rid of these, and you know, maybe I could have held on to those. Maybe that might have been the better play, but we can grab ourselves a Shaymin-EX here, get us a fresh hand of 6, and maybe we can go from there. And hopefully we can get a good hand off of this. I still want to find an N and a Golbat for next turn. Alright, so don't really find anything good, and I kind of regret doing that now, but I think we're okay. Hopefully we're okay. If we get a Raichu top deck, we can immediately knock out his Talonflame, and we can be in a better spot there. So that hopefully will happen. We just see the Aero Blitz for 40. Luckily, Zubat is not with the Free Flight one. Now, we still need to top deck something in order to knock him out with Raichu, because our hand is pretty dead right now. We can't even play Shaymin. Actually, no, we can. We can play Sky Field Shaymin. Never mind, I don't know what I'm thinking. Our hand is okay, but we still need to get some stuff going. I really do want to find N now. Hopefully we get a good top deck, and we do. So we can play the Banette down. So now my opponent's tools are basically useless. And I'm just going to hit him for 20. And I have a decision. I can hit the Froakie or the Talonflame. It really doesn't matter, to be honest with you. I'm going to hit the Talonflame just in case we don't find like a Raichu or something. Maybe we can, you know, knock him out quick attack if he gets heads. I don't know. So we'll play down the Sky Field. We'll Shaymin for 4. Hopefully it gives us what we need. And what do we find? Alright, nice. We can play Pikachu. We can play Raichu. And you know what? We can just knock out that thing on the bench, because we can just knock out that Froakie. Again, Frogadier is going to be a problem, and if we can shut him down, because he doesn't have any other Froakies in play, we might as well just knock it out what we can. Hit him for 140, knock out that Froakie, and we can take a prize. Hopefully, something good. Trainers Mail, that is perfect. That can hopefully find us another supporter for next turn. Now, my opponent probably grabbed 2 things that he needed for next turn. The Burst Balloon, doesn't really matter because Banette's in play. That's why Banette is pretty good. You can just shut down those bursting balloons, and that can really save your butt. My opponent will end me, which is okay. I mean, our hand wasn't really that good. I don't know what stadiums my opponent might be running, if he even plays any. Some Greninja decks don't really run stadiums. Maybe Rough Seas, we'll see though. We do find a VS Seeker, so I'm probably going to knock out that Froakie on the bench. But we're going to hit with an Arrow Blitz for 40. My opponent grabbed 2 cards, and yeah, I think we could knock out that Froakie on the bench. I mean, we could knock out the Talonflame, get it out of the way, because him grabbing 2 free cards is a pretty big deal. But honestly, you know, knocking out those Froakies might be a little better, you know. Or we can maybe hold on to it, but you know what? I think the Froakie knockout is going to be more important right now. So I think we'll just knock it out with Circle Circuit and take a prize. Get rid of those Froakies. Obviously, he has a second one in play, which is a little bit annoying because probably could have knocked it out anyways. But it's fine. We got a Level Ball. We can probably get Raichu. We can Sycamore. We can play that DCE down. Don't really like losing Sky Field because they're going to be very important in this matchup to one-shot those Greninjas, but we can deal with it. I really want to get another Zubat in play so that we can maybe go for a double Golbat knockout, but my opponent puts a Splash Energy onto his Frogadier. This is where Enhanced Hammer could be nice, so he wouldn't be able to get it back. He plays a Bursting Balloon down, but it does not matter because of my thing, but he does Lysander something up. It doesn't matter what he brings up because we can retreat anyways. So it's all good, and plus with Special Charge in the deck, we can just get back that DC since we play 2. And my opponent puts only 2 Frogadiers in play, which is actually really good for us. Now, I think the best thing to do is just knock this one out, since it does have the energy on it. So, I mean, I don't want to, because it'll just get back into his hand, but it's the best we can do. So let's just Level Ball, and we could grab Raichu, which I think is the best bet, because our, you know, Raichu will probably get knocked out next turn, so I think the safest thing to do is grab Raichu. We do have a VS Seeker. Again, we could Lysander something up, but it doesn't matter, so I think we'll just go with the Sycamore. So we can just get back that DC with our Special Charge. We got another one in the deck with the Special Charges that we play. That's why I like having 2 in the deck. So let's go with the Sycamore. And what are we going to get? We get Pikachu. We can play him down just in case we see like a giant Water Shuriken. Let's go with Trainers Mail, and alright, I'm actually going to grab the Sky Field since we already have the N in our hand and the Teammates, and Teammates is going to be better. So I think we'll grab that for now. We'll just go with the Circle Circuit, knock him out. Luckily, that Bursting Balloon will not affect Raichu thanks to Banette. We can take a prize, and it's a Golbat. Perfect. Now, we have a full bench. Everything is looking decent right now. My opponent plays a counter stadium that could be bad because we do need to one-shot him, but we can, you know, Golbat, do 20, maybe go from there. Sadly, that Splash Energy will save that Frogadier, which is a bit annoying. My opponent can probably knock me out, too, with Greninja. We'll see if he has anything in his hand. We do see him actually play this Greninja with Aqua Shower and Dual Cut, which, you know, it's not really that good. But my opponent actually just brings up the Talonflame, and this is going to be a great opportunity to just Lysander him up. But no, he plays a Lysander on Golbat. Okay. Huh. That's fine by me. Don't really mind that. I thought he was going to do, like, Lysander on Shaymin, trap me up there. Glad he brought up Golbat, though, because, you know, it's not really a big deal losing it. It's only 1 prize, and you know what? It's good. We can just bring up Raichu. I'm going to have to just bring up... I mean, it doesn't really matter. Actually, I think bringing up the damage one is better, because when he does get Greninja Break, he can just Giant Water Shuriken my active, and then I might just get double knocked out, so I don't really want to walk into that. So, let's just play this, and we'll hit the Greninja for 20. It doesn't really matter. Maybe I should hit the other one on the bench because we're knocking him out. And let's just VS Seeker for the Lysander. And we will just Lysander out Greninja. And we could play Shaymin, but we can hold off on that. And we'll hit him for 140. He might play N, which he probably will. So that's going to be a little bit of a problem. But we do have 2 Raichus in play. But if he does manage to take 2 prizes here, he knocks out 2 of my Raichus. This could be bad. And I think we're out of VS Seekers. Hold on, are we? We are. We're out of Karens, too. Okay, that's pretty bad, but I think we might be fine. I don't know. Losing those Karens is pretty rough. I'm not going to lie. We'll see what happens, of course. My opponent plays a Frogadier down. It's pretty low on stuff, though, which is good. But there is the Greninja Break, so that's kind of why I brought out the Raichu with no damage, because if he just Water Shurikens the one on the bench and knocks it out, then I won't have to force something up in the active spot, so I think that was the best play. He will knock me out with Giant Water Shuriken, annoyingly enough. It's the problem with Greninja, man. It's just once I get those Greninjas going, it becomes annoying. It's one of my least favorite decks to play against. Like, I absolutely despise Greninja. I just hate playing against these decks. They are so frustrating to play against. But we are in a good spot right now still. My opponent is down 2 Froakies, a Frogadier, Greninja himself. We see a Professor's Letter. We'll see if he ends me or not. If he doesn't end me, we can teammates and go from there. And I don't think we can knock out Greninja Break, though, can we? We'll see what he does. He might go with Shadow Stitching, which he might actually play. But he does end me, and my phone is ringing in my house. But it's all good. And being out of VS Seekers is a little rough, I'm not gonna lie. And okay, we still get the Ultra Ball. If he Shadow Stitchings me, then that'll be bad. If he doesn't, we can Ultra Ball for Shaymin. But no, he retreats into Talonflame. And I guess he's setting up those Greninja plays to knock me out. But I think that's actually really good. If we weren't out of VS Seekers, this position would be a lot better. I'm not gonna lie. Seeing what I have left in my deck, we can still Ultra Ball for Shaymin. And we'll be good on that end. And alright, we just get hit with 40 damage with Arrow Blitz, and we should be able to move on from this. So, he's going to grab 2 cards. He's probably going to grab another N, which is a little annoying. How many VS Seekers has he used? He might not have any N's left. He hasn't used a single one. He might grab Lysandre or something. I don't know. It is a really rough matchup, I'm not going to lie. I don't know why this Bursting Balloon is still on the active. Makes no sense. So anyways, let's just Ultra Ball away Mew and Sky Field. I don't like losing my Sky Fields, but you know what? It's fine. We can grab ourselves Shaymin. I want to play down another Zubat soon, because Golbat is really going to be the only way we're going to be able to do enough math to knock out that Greninja Break. Since we're out of Lysandres, that really sets us back. So, okay, we got Level Ball. We can use this to grab Raichu, I think. We could end him to 4, maybe. That might be a good play. But we'd only go down to 2, and I don't know how I feel about that. Alright, so we could Ultra Ball, or we can end him. I think we'll just Ultra Ball away. Yeah, we'll Ultra Ball away these guys. I don't like losing Sky Field, but it's fine. We'll grab ourselves the Zubat here. Probably just end up sacrificing Golbat, and I think I'm just going to end him to 4. Just, you know, look at that. We got a good hand. We got Sycamore and DCE. And that is perfect. So we can put that DC on Raichu, and we can go with a Circle Circuit for the knockout. Luckily, that Bursting Balloon will not affect me. And we can take a prize card. What is it going to be? Sycamore? Perfect. Having more of those in my deck is good in case he ends me to 1. And, I mean, at this point, all we need is a Golbat, and we win the game. We can Golbat, 20 damage, and then Circle Circuit, and destroy his Greninja for 160. So this is a decent spot. Maybe the end 4 helped me. He might not be able to do his giant water shuriken to knock out my Raichu and do a attack for the turn. So he does Ultra Ball, and I don't think he plays Shaymin. He gets rid of VS Seeker, so he definitely has something in his hand. So I don't know what he has, but he doesn't grab anything, so that's interesting. Obviously, he won't be able to play Greninja, but he does end me to 1. Oh, this is bad. Hopefully, we get one of these Sycamores we had. Golbat. If we get Pokemon top deck, we actually win the game. So, we'll go for that. Sadly, Giant Water Shuriken knocks me out. That's so annoying. And I'm just going to bring up Raichu. He can't knock me out, so might as well just bring him up. But yeah, we're basically in need of a top deck here. And I want to get Super Rod too. That'd be good. So, it's basically down to this. We don't have any other Raichus in play. Losing all those Lysandres really sucked. But he goes with an Aqua Shower. Oh yeah, that's right. He's using that Greninja. And look at that, folks. We top deck the Zubat. We can win the game. Wow, what a close game. That was pretty intense, I'm not gonna lie. So we can just hit him for that. And we can Circle Circuit for 160, knocking out the Greninja Break. Very close game here. And honestly, I think I'm just gonna wrap up the video here, guys. I think I showcased the deck pretty well. It was a fun little game against that Greninja deck. Very close matchup. I'm not gonna lie, we got really lucky at the beginning there, I think. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my PTCGO videos. And yeah, I'll see you guys on another one. And yeah, peace out. Oh yeah, also I guess don't forget to subscribe to help me on the road to 1,000 subs. I want to see if I can hit 1,000 subscribers before Christmas. That'd be awesome. So see you guys on another PTCGO video. Peace out and have a good day.